Hi, this is Darrin from GuitarControl.com, bringing you this video lesson today. Today I want to talk about bending. Talk about a couple of different kinds of bending. First one I want to talk about is just regular single string bending, which you may already be familiar with. Be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs. All right, so we're going to start off here. We're just in E minor pentatonic, first pattern of E minor pentatonic. And we're going to be looking at half-step bends and whole step bends and unison bends. All right, so if we were going to bend this note here on the this D, it's on the 15th fret of the second string, and if we were going to bend that a whole step, we'd obviously be bending it to an E. So a good way to practice that is just to take the note you're going to bend, play the target note, and then practice bending by ear. Till you get that pitch. The same thing would go if you were going to do a half step bend. If you were going to bend this note and you only wanted to bend a half step, just like that. Now, when you're bending this D up to the E, that's actually the next note that's in the scale. So another style of bending you hear talked about is what's called a unison bend, where I'm going to be bending that note a whole step, but I'm also going to be playing this string simultaneously. So it's the same pitch. So that's another way that you can practice doing that whole step bend, is just by bending it and playing that string to match the tone. And you can tell when you've gone far enough. If you're not far enough, it sounds really bad. If you go too far, it doesn't sound very good either, but it doesn't really sound as bad as when it's flat. So you can just practice getting that. And the same thing would go between any of the strings. You would just do that same idea to get that unison bend. Now, another style of bend, and you hear this a lot, you hear it in blues, you hear it in country a lot, is bending to an interval. So, first one I want to do right here, this is one of my favorite ones. So here we're on the 14th fret of the third string, and if we play that note and the 15th fret of the second string at the same time, the interval we have there is a perfect fourth. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the third string up a whole step so we get that interval, which is a minor third. And then resolve it back here to the G. Sounds really nice. All right, so if you were going to do this between the first and the second string, you simply do the same thing. You can come down here, we'll do it here at the 15th fret. So 15 to 15 on the first and second string, that's a perfect fourth. If we bend this note up a whole step, we get that minor third. So get that same kind of thing. It reminds me of the pedal steel licks you hear in country music. Anyway, and then the last type of bend want to do is another one that you hear it in country music a lot. And we're bending the note, the frets, the same fret on the third and the second string. Now, when those two notes are played together, that's a major third. Now, when we do this bend, if we bend up, what I mean by that is we're pushing the string up. We're not pulling it down. We're bending both strings simultaneously. And you simply do that just by barring your fingers across. It takes a little bit of practice to kind of get used to that. To get used to doing that. Anyhow, when you bend this way, the third string is actually traveling farther than the second string is. So we go from being in a major third to minor third because we're bending a whole step on the third string, but only a half step on the second string. And again, you get that pedal steel kind of train whistle thing. So anyhow, I hope that helps you out with your bending. Be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and until next time.